Meantime, little to no progress made over the weekend for the United Auto Workers Union. Nearly 12,700 workers remain off the job protesting the Detroit 3 automakers, the big three as they're known. Now, the union remains firm on all of its demands by calling for a 40% pay raise over the next 4 years, the reinstatement of cost of living adjustments, the elimination of a tiered wage system, and a 32-hour work week. As bargaining talks continue, the threat of a larger strike, more workers, more plants, still looms. President Biden has sent 2 top White House officials to help with the talks in Detroit, or at least he's dispatched them there. But the UAW President Shawn Fain says the White House will not play any role in making an agreement. Chris, the president's sending in his economic team there to Detroit. What's at stake here for the White House right now with this? Because this is now the 4th day, and it doesn't seem like there's any movement.
Well, it looks like it's about 10% of the total unionized workforce for the U.S. car manufacturers who are out. So right now it's a mostly symbolic effort, and these car makers have 2 months' worth or so of inventory that they have put in. So there's a little cushion built in. But as we see in Hollywood with the writer's strike and with the actors that came out in sympathy with them, getting into a strike is a lot easier than getting out of one because you have to know what you want. And in this case, it seems like, and this may be Pollyanna for me, but it seems like they're not that far apart. They're talking about concrete numbers. And you know, those are prudential questions that you get to the middle on eventually. What are the consequences for the president? Look, if this ends and the president can say they went out on strike, we got results, they're back at work and everything's fine, then it's a plus. If it drags on and then you see in states like, I don't know, Ohio, trickle-down effects with part suppliers and all of that other stuff, it could be a real hassle.
I mentioned Gene Sperling's going. He's like one of the most revered economists on the Democratic side. Julie Su, the Secretary of Labor, acting. Here's what Debbie Dingell, Congresswoman, Democrat, Michigan, said over the weekend. I talked to Gene Sperling multiple times a day and have all summer. I don't think they've got a role at the negotiating table. So if they don't have a role at the negotiating table, Scott, why should the White House send them in?
Well, they have a presence, and they're there to support, and the president is at the table from a present standpoint. I think they're going to play a greater role if they get close. That is based on their economic expertise, based on the fact that the president wants this to go away, and these broader themes of the impact on the country total. I think you're right, Chris. This is symbolic. There are only about 13,000 workers out right now, but they've got some arguments to make, and the president is behind the workers. They've got to get rid of this tiered system. They've got to this cost of living adjustment. You know, remember, these workers gave up a lot.
You good with the 32-hour work week?
Well, as a lawyer at a big law firm, no. But at the same time, if that's on the table, that might be a negotiation point, or what we call that's a throwaway issue. Maybe that's something that you don't go to the line on. But these other items, I think they're going to go to the line on it. And by comparison, the CEOs are making between 20 and 30 million. That's a pretty good argument they've got on their side that they don't have any increases. But the CEOs of these major auto manufacturers have gotten paid tens of millions of dollars. That's a good wedge issue, an argument for them.
Politically speaking, Republicans can survive and have learned to survive, and they can win even without the union support. But Democrats cannot. So Biden absolutely has to be seen as being on the side of workers. The problem is robots are the new scabs. Like, we no longer have this economy where we actually have to have workers at the table. And what you're seeing in China and other places where they're manufacturing like crazy is you're seeing a rise in their manufacturing of automobiles globally, and America's declining. And so we really need to look at the bigger picture, that a win for the workers is not necessarily a win for the public or for the manufacturers.
By the way, I saw a headline today, Wall Street Journal, Tesla might be going into Saudi Arabia now to produce vehicles. To your point on
but on the technology
how global this is.
These workers need to be retrained, if you will. And change in the human condition is one of the hardest things ever to get your hands around, but change is coming. We've got to reduce the carbon footprint. Whether you like electrical vehicles or not, they're here to stay, and these same workers have to be retrained to build those.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.